Is Ricochet failing us in Verdansk? Today we're taking a look at two blatant rage hackers and even having a conversation with one about what's really going on with the anti-cheat. In this video, I'm going to be showing you two rage hackers, the first of which was a bit earlier in the day and is actually my first experience spectating one in Verdansk. I wanted to share this one because of my raw reaction, and it really set the stage for what comes later in the video. So let's go ahead and check out cheater number one. Oh, utility. Okay, all right. All right.
Oh,
truly kind of a remarkable spot right there. Level 56, by the way, top 250 rank play, and yeah, okay. That'd be the quickest report I've ever seen in my life. This guy straight up is now camping inside of a building.
I love that.
This is insane. I do want to take note that they can see whenever we're spectating.
Can they? The cheaters?
Yeah, they can see it. I had a conversation with a cheater a while back and he was like, yeah, while it doesn't show up on screen, we can still see it. I don't know how it works, but look at this man literally just refusing to fight anybody as soon as he starts getting spectated. He literally bowled like out there, like snapped straight to our heads. And now he's not even fighting anybody. You see, it just goes straight to their head, bro. He's aiming at him through the fucking wall.
He probably just locked on.
Go up top, you pussy! Do it! Go up top! Dude. You see it snap straight to that guy's head? Brother! How are we look at him shooting through the wall! All right,
imagine only getting 16 with 18 left, dude.
That is kind of embarrassing. Just straight up, bro. He wasn't even trying to aim at that guy. Oh my goodness gracious. You're terrible, dude. Oh my god. This is the second, maybe third rage, like full-blown rage hacker I've seen. I don't even know why you choose to use a Car 98 in this scenario. You should just grab an HDR. I mean, maybe
surely to God he's run across people that were using HDRs.
Yeah, I would almost rather see him not use a scope. I think those are a lot more entertaining.
Of course, yeah, that'd be awesome. What is he doing?
I don't know. Oh, he's trying to go buy back his boy. Yeah, he's gonna go full rage hack. Watch this. He's gonna go full rage hack right here because he has to buy his boy back and somebody else just bought. Yep.
Sick. Sick.
Did you notice that he had to aim himself right there? They have this thing where when someone's on the ground, it doesn't lock for you, so you have to manually aim.
Interesting.
Yep. Jesus Christ, dude.
What a legend.
I'm just clipping these every once in a while. I'm gonna send this to the guy at Activision that gets these guys banned, so we'll see how long it takes, but that's that. This is the funny thing about snipers, dude. My goodness.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's dog shit.
He's gonna die.
He's terrible. Oh my god! No, dude!
Wow.
This is miserable, bro.
That is so good, bro. Are we sure he's not cheating? I haven't spectated him.
Yeah, I'll spectate him, but I think Truby's going full rage hack, and I don't know if Undeniable is. Because he died earlier, like.
Armor satchel over here.
Shit, he almost died right there.
Yeah, true.
Truby. Dude, cheaters die, man. They're fucking. We watched
They're
cheater
so bad. They're so bad every time.
He was rage hacking.
All right, come on. Undeniable, do something, bro. Why are you reloading every gun that you have right now?
Yeah, I feel like he's reloaded 7 times in the last 10 seconds.
Like they don't know how to reload their gun at this rate.
Yeah,
all right, but Truby is marking everyone. I don't think this guy is using cheats. Yeah, he has no idea what's going on, but Truby is very aware.
Don't let up now.
His movement's actually not bad at all.
Call it if you see something here. Oh.
No, he ain't hacking. Undeniable ain't hacking.
Heard.
I mean, not that I can tell.
Stand up and shoot through the smoke, big dog.
Oh my. Oh.
Shoot the... He's not even smart enough to shoot the mine, bro. He dies.
We're gonna
he
get
dies.
these guys
He dies.
lobby
He dies in
again.
the mine. He dies in the mine.
Oh my God. He's dead. He's dead. Shoot him. Shoot him.
How are the guys that are fighting him this bad?
Oh, he's got... Yes!
Yes, bro.
And that
Let's
is why
go.
cheaters always fail, is because they have no awareness. The second somebody is not in their, like their FOV, they have no idea where they're at.
They died to a guy using a noob tube kilo, bro.
Undeniables, you hear him?
You're aimbotting. Whatever.
And I just demoed this game, bro. How do we get that all in one game? We're gonna see this dude full-blown aimbotting and I dev error. Now, obviously, it sucks that cheaters are in the game, but I tend to not let that get me down long-term because it's an ongoing battle and there's not much I have control over when it comes to these situations. But this next cheater, well, to say the least, this one was a little bit different. This one I wasn't expecting in the slightest, and you'll see why. What? Are you f***ing kidding me? Ooh, where? Am I high? This is truly a remarkable moment. I'm so glad I have the opportunity to experience this. He's cheating. He is balls to the wall doing his thing because he has me. Yep, he's cheating. He's cheating. He's cheating. He's got walls. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, right? This guy is 100% cheating. I can jump out and I'll run right here. He was already ready for it. Like he's cheating. The only reason it's not killing me is because I'm so far away. Jesus Christ. I'll smoke it. He's still gonna hit it. He's still gonna hit it. I'm literally just getting sniped. So unfortunate. I don't have a way out of here. I have to chow this guy is the only issue. God, of course there's another guy. Hey, guy in this building. Guy over here. Do you have a mic? Do you hear me? Hey, I'm not trying to fight you, bro. There's a guy on top of stadium and he's cheating. You hear me? Of course. Oh, this game, bro. This game sometimes, dude. And I'm gonna have to wait. Yep. All right. See you in a second. So unfortunate, dude. The guy's just straight up cheating. It's so frustrating. Like, I hate stuff like that, bro. It really just grinds my gears. Because at least if it was like hardcore, like he was hitting everything and just had silent aim, like at least then I would be able to spectate and get a video out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best case scenario. Okay.
Changing mags. Frag.
Cool. That's our cheater right there.
Buy station exploited. Nicely done. The discount is applied. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
There's your cheater. Of course. Yo, there's a guy cheating. He's over on the buy 250. Just as a quick heads up, he's got a HDR and he's just one tapping people in the head, buddy. So you can either spend your life fighting me or we can try and fight this guy together. What's our thoughts, everybody? He's sitting in that through the wall. I got shot through the wall.
5 remain. We lost that one, but we'll get a W next time.
All right. Okay. No. True. I mean, wow. Okay. All right. We're doing that. We are just through a wall. That is, wow. What? That is remarkable. That is remarkable. Wow. Let's see how serious it is. Can I report him and not show my random friends list teammates? That's my question today. I called this way early. I just need to put that out there. Like, people underestimate how fast I can recognize that someone is cheating. And it's so funny how often back when I would stream or even when I'm posting videos that people say, no, they're not cheating. They're not cheating. They're not cheating. Oh, you killed him. He couldn't be cheating. No, bro, like you don't get it. I understand how these guys work. I called this from his like third shot. I knew he was cheating from that because there's no pattern that I was doing with where I was peeking. So he would be just shooting at me beforehand. It's just so goofy, man. It's so goofy. And the fact that I can report him and the system is active. And by the way, I've reported 3 separate people today doing this exact same thing. The fact that I can report him and it just doesn't immediately recognize and start looking at him. Like, the report system should be one report, it looks at them and it does what it does for multiplayer, which is it checks whether or not they're walling and their percentages. So it's insane to me that that's not happening here. I don't think it works in Warzone. I think whatever they do in multiplayer does not work in Warzone. And the funny thing about these guys is like 9 times out of 10, they lose their matches. And the reason why is because they have no idea what they're doing. Like, genuinely no clue. They just shoot at people that are standing still. Like, look at this. This is how bad these cheats are for sniper rifles. That's what I was saying about, like, if you're moving, it's harder for him to hit you. I just wasn't expecting to get shot through a f***ing wall, bro. My bad. It wasn't even like a wall that had, like, wood on the side. It was just a full-blown wall. I was fully plated, too. That's the crazy thing. So I guess that lets you know that that wall is paper thin, you know? It's just so crazy. I just don't have any idea like how stuff like this happens. It sucks because when the game first came out, Jesus, when the game first came out, like Verdansk, we had no issue with this. You know, we had no issue with this. There was no cheaters. It took a long time for it to get to this point, but this is what it was kind of like over on Resurgence. But this is next level. My honest opinion, I think that Resurgence brought back the casual cheater. That's what I think it is, because the casual cheater just goes balls to the wall and rage hacks all the time, and that's what we saw back in the original Verdansk. But in Resurgence, it was always people trying to hide it. These people just don't even try. They don't even try. This is a dude that works a regular job, hops off work each day, and just points and says everybody's cheating. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with playing the game casually or, you know, feeling a specific type of way, but it's the bitch mentality that comes from that. Is like, you think, oh, I only have a certain amount of time in a day to play the game. Let me fuck it up for everybody else. Like, that's the issue. That's the downfall of this shit. The second one today where where I just spectated out a dude just full blown, not even trying to hide it. And the fact that, again, I report, and I bet he's had multiple people report, and it's doing nothing, means that Ricochet is off. There's no question about it that you can do all this and you don't get banned. I have reported so many people today. I think like 3, right? 3 that have just been blatant, right? And none of them have I got a confirmation of a limited matchmaking. None of them. Ricochet's turned off. It's just so upsetting, man. It really, really is. People can just do whatever they want. And the wild thing is you got fucking morons like Call of Shame saying that I'm cheating. Oh, he's crazy, dude. He has ultimate high ground. The only way he loses this is if he plays incredibly dumb. But where he's sitting, he should be able to see every player left in the match, which means that all he has to do is ADS and shoot. You see what I'm saying? He just straight locks through the wall. Straight locks through the wall. I just don't get it. Look at these freaking guys, bro. Yeah, Ricochet's turned off. 100%. It's not even a question of like, it can't see these people. You know what I mean? It is literally just they cut it off. Because if I'm seeing this in solos, and it's been so rare to see stuff like this in solos. Like if I'm seeing this in solos multiple times a day, balls to the wall rage hacking. And again, like just to wrap back around, this kind of stuff didn't really happen, like the rage hacking. And again, I'll take rage hacking over someone trying to hide it and me trying to figure it out. For me, it's more like I would be okay with this if this happened once every like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a random cheater that I'm barely running into. Like, don't get me wrong, I would of course prefer 0 cheaters. But if I'm running into this like once every 3 days, all right, it happens. You know what I mean? Like someone slipped through. But this is 3 times in one day, man. Like, what's the chances this guy just dies to the circle? It'd be crazy, right? Look at this. Look. And snap. Incredible. Incredible. Shout out to Call of Duty for really fucking up this game. Wow. 721-6853. 721-6853.
You're really good at this game.
So after that game was over, I went ahead and sent a message to the guy at Activision who told me I could reach out with stuff like this. Immediately after, I shipped an invite to the cheater. I want to take note, I'm not really a big fan of inviting cheaters to my party because I've had to deal with some incredibly negative consequences in the past for doing so. But in this case, based on what I literally just said, I had expected this guy to be pretty casual, and furthermore, I also had no intentions of being an absolute asshole, which I've also done in the past to some of these cheaters. I didn't plan on even being angry because I was just kind of defeated and I wanted to know what was up. Now, I know this may be asking a lot, but I would greatly appreciate it if you all would take this as a learning opportunity and not an opportunity to attack someone. In no way am I taking up for the mentality that comes with things like this, but I understand how you can get there. Do I agree? Absolutely not. But I understand it. Regardless, please be kind. This only exists because I felt it was an experience that needed to be shared. You'll also hear me explain to the guy that I had actually planned on sharing this. I let him know up front, and whenever I said so, I wasn't met with any sort of pushback whatsoever. Yo. Man, what? Walk me through it. What's going on, man?
What do you mean?
Where do you get your cheats? I'm just confused because I feel like you like so many people had to have reported you. So like Ricochet's got to be turned off. But my curiosity is like, where are you buying them to where it's just getting straight through?
Through Discord.
Through Discord. But like what Discord, if you don't mind me asking? Like how do I find this stuff? You know what I mean?
There's multiple Discords for it. I'll tell you straight up. The cheap brand that I'm using is called.
All right. So
yeah.
Like how many accounts do you have, or are you getting like banned? Because you're level 40 right now. You got to be leveling up quick because you're getting 20 plus kills a game. So like how much are you playing before you're getting banned?
Oh, I got in one account to level 55 before, and I was able to keep that account for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, this is literally only my third account having to be used, and I bought a month key.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 4 days left on it. Well, 3 days now.
And what do you play on? Do you play on Steam?
Yeah. Yeah, because with Steam, all you need to do is just have pretty much just have an active number. You're allowed to use that same number multiple times. That same phone number, and
so it's just one phone number connected to as many accounts as you want.
Yeah, that's how Steam does it.
So what's why do you cheat, bro? I'm not like talking shit, but I'm just like curious. Why are you cheating out here, bro?
Well, I first started back in MW 2019 because my actual account got hacked and Activision was putting like fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
well,
like,
let me ask.
Right.
Did you have two-factor authentication on that account?
Yes, and they still bypassed it.
Yeah, I've heard they can do like the phone spoofing thing, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And were you on PC back then as well, or did you switch to PC and start cheating?
Yep. I was on PC.
Got you.
Back then as well.
And
yeah.
So you're just rage hacking, bro. Like, are you always rage hacking, or do you sometimes like try and hide it, or do you just know that it doesn't matter?
No, it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, apparently Ricochet has a new thing where it can detect wall bangs and shit, but that doesn't really work well. Their AI system is shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it's turned on right now, because like, not for nothing, but like I reported you early on. The second you started sniping at me at the when you were sitting top stadium, you didn't kill me. I recognize how the sniping works when someone's cheating, is that it gives you that little jitter, because when someone's moving, it's pretty hard to adapt to that movement when you're using a sniper that has a specific bullet velocity. So I know that if I can get out and I can pop a headshot real quick, but that requires me to be incredibly centered. So I knew you were cheating. I tried to get somebody else to try and help me, but those guys were camped up in a building and they decided they wanted to kill. But when you killed me through a wall, I reported you, and I just sat there and I watched because I was curious if you were going to get banned. But it feels like it's not even checking after reports right now, because like you're the third rage hacker that I ran into today.
Oh yeah, and by the way, big fan of your videos.
Well, brother, I'm going to give it to you straight. You're going to be in a video pretty soon. And I talk mad shit whenever whenever I'm watching. And to be fair, I'm going to ask, like, I'm assuming you just like casually play Call of Duty 9 to 5 live shit like that. Like, is that fair, or am I wilding?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah.
So you started not because you got tired of getting rage hacked on, but you started because you lost your account to be fair, from a hacker.
And Activision was like, oh well, so I'm like, all right, fuck this company.
But do you not feel for the people that you're like ruining the day of? You know what I mean? Like, do you hop on and you just like have no empathy for the people that you're fucking over? Because at the end of the day, you got upset, so now you're taking out on people that are completely innocent, which kind of sucks, bro.
No, I don't. And you also liked one of my comments in the past on one of your videos.
I like hearting comments.
Yes.
Not talking shit, but I do kind of heart pretty much every comment that comes through whenever I read it.
I was the one who told you about how hackers have server booters to bypass losing SR.
Right. No, I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which channel it was on because I ran through it. But yeah, no, I mean, that's clearly a thing. But it's so crazy, this freaking cheating stuff, man. I don't know. Like, I was on a banging game that game. Kind of sucks to lose it.
Activision, I will say this. I 100% feel like Activision is the one who's selling the source code to the cheat devs. I will 100% say that. I have a strong feeling that they are the ones who are like leaking the source code to the cheat companies.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. At one point back in Modern Warfare 2019, there was a specific person that worked within Call of Duty that has since been fired, but they did leak developer tools out of, at least this is what I was told, from older versions of Modern Warfare 2019, and they leaked that to the cheater companies, cheater providers. This person has been let go. I mean, they were during Modern Warfare 2019, but nothing you can do about it because the can of worms been popped open, right?
Yeah.
But now, like, it's hurting them more than it would be helping them, because realistically, in a singular day of and this is why that thought process is utterly flawed, is that in a singular day of selling microtransactions in their store, they would make 10 to 20 times what they would do selling cheats, because the audience for cheats is only about 2% of the player base, like on a monthly basis, basically. So for them to sell 2%, which hurts their company overall, doesn't necessarily make sense in the long run, because they would lose so much money from the cheats on the other side because they lose a massive portion of their player base. So is it worth it to lose 40% of their player base to make a 2% profit? That doesn't make sense. Is there maybe one person within the company that has taken developer kits and given it out? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that Activision is actively trying to sell the source code. Business standpoint wise, it's very ignorant to assume that. On the other side, I do think that I do understand why people would feel that they would do that. Activision does some incredibly shitty things, but it just, like, at some point it just doesn't make sense. Also, they would literally have to account for that whenever they're doing their quarterly reports, which means it would be all public. So it wouldn't be Activision per se that would be selling that. It would be some random dude that would be doing it, and would probably be caught incredibly quickly, because stuff like that comes out very, very fast. And that's why he was the guy that I heard about was supposedly fired, and very quickly after certain comments were made about it and information was shared. I can also tell you this. They're using that developer tool version to recreate 2019 Verdansk to play Warzone again online. Well, that's existed for 4 years now, it's not necessarily they're using that. I mean, if you download the game on your system, in general, you already have those files available to you. It just is taking someone to figure out how to do that. It probably wouldn't have to be some developer kit or anything like that, because there's plenty of people like leakers and I can't think of what they're called, but they do this all the time. And they even do it to, I don't know if you've seen a lot of these thumbnails on YouTube where it's very high renders of these characters doing specific things, like saluting or something like that. They do it for that as well. They're able to pull the files for stuff like that. So it's not necessarily that they're using a developer kit for that, but the point was the dev tools were sold back in the day by one very specific person. I mean, maybe they made it out clean. I don't know how much truth there is in that. I just know that's what was leaked and how things got super crazy off rip. But now it's clear they've sent cease and desist. They've gone in multi-million-dollar lawsuits with like engine owning and multiple like other companies. They're not selling shit. Like business standpoint, that makes no sense to take such a massive loss for no reason, basically. Like you take a massive loss for 2%, and it's not worth it, because like the same reasoning behind skill-based matchmaking is that they fuck over the 2% players, the top 2% players, so that 98% can not stress as much and not have to feel like they're sweating their asses off. But I don't know, man. Yeah. I think if anything, I would highly recommend you employ a little bit of empathy to the guy that was just like you in 2019, that just hops on and plays his game and doesn't want to deal with cheaters. Obviously, you know, to each their own. I can't make you do anything. It does suck incredibly bad that you would make that decision and not have empathy for your fellow human that just is losing time to you ruining their game so that you can say fuck you to Activision.
Yeah, well, all I'm gonna say is I wish you and Brooke the best marriage.
I appreciate that, man.
Welcome. And everything. And like I said, I like watching your videos. Been watching them for probably two years now. Your spectating videos, your just random duos, you trying to go undercover.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love, man. I think instead of focusing so much on me, focus on other people that play this game as well. You know, like I spend 8 hours a day trying to get content, which is one thing, but this is my job. You know, when you're taking away time from people that have 2 hours a day, they hop on in their game, like they're thinking they're going to have a competitive experience with their friends, have a little fun, and then it's ruined by like someone doing stuff like this. It does suck, but I don't know, just think about it. I'm gonna hop out of here. I appreciate the love, man. I hope maybe you consider changing a little bit. I'm gonna let you know up front, I've already reported your account directly to Activision, so I can guarantee this account will be gone at some point in time, and I will try to be as kind as physically possible when I share this online, just to be clear, because it's nothing against you necessarily as a person. It's just against the ideology that leads toward cheating. So
yeah.
I wish you the best, brother. I appreciate you watching the content. I hope you have an incredible day, and I beg of you to stop cheating.
Yeah, but here's one thing: won't get taken down because a Russian company doing it.
Yeah, I mean litigation outside of the U.S. So it's the same thing with like YouTube channels and stuff like that. It makes it nearly impossible to properly litigate, because specifically in Russia, it's the same thing that engine owning did, is they moved to Russia. So yeah, it's not about that. I'm saying your account specifically has already been reported, so you will have to make a new account.
Oh, I figured.
If you're gonna
cheat. I already have another backup.
Heard that, man. I hope you have a good remainder of your day, dude.
You too.
Much love, man. See ya. Be kind. It's crazy. To finish things up, obviously, I was more defeated than anything. This guy was clearly a fan of my content and in my community for over 2 years. In no way do I want to see anyone cheating and taking the fun away from others for literally any reason. And because of that, it really just weighed heavy on my heart all night and even into the morning, and I've been thinking about it literally all day. And I wanted to figure out how to say all of this, but in my opinion, I don't think this guy necessarily means to hurt others. He may be completely apathetic toward it, and I think that may be because of his own personal experience, but I think instead he's just very lost. And I'm actually hoping that y'all can be kind enough to give this guy a push into doing the right thing instead of doing what the internet often does, which is the exact opposite. And I will be monitoring the comments closely to see how this goes, because I'm hoping that this is a more kind experience than a very negative one. Hopefully this also opened a few eyes as to how someone can go from 0 to 100 on cheating so quickly. And I do think a lot of this falls on the shoulders of Activision to implement changes that help with account security and give a harder push with their anti-cheat, because to be quite honest, the state of it is absolute dog shit. It's clearly been turned off because I've still, almost 24 hours later, not been given a notification that anyone I reported yesterday was put into limited matchmaking or had any action taken against their accounts, which is absurd. Either way, I appreciate the hell out of y'all for watching. I hope that this goes better than I have a feeling that it may, and I will see you guys in the next one.